Hey everyone, it's me. So today we will continue the video I was making and go from there. My husband and I, we've been together a lot of years, and a lot of years, like 22 years. Um, we are in the point that we don't communicate. We are nothing but roommates. Nothing but roommates. We don't even sleep in the same room anymore. We don't do anything together. I am the active one. He works and he's tired all the time. So he never wants to go anywhere or do anything um, with me. So that's my life. So I made my own life. I'm a pretty independent person, typically. I'm not saying I don't need help here and there. But I'm pretty independent and I make the decisions around the house and I kind of do everything. And so we're not a couple that we do things together anymore. Not for years. Um, and I'm not perfect. I'm going to tell you guys. Obviously, I'm not perfect. Um, I've screwed up, but I'm the type of person that I don't hide what I'm doing. Um, if I'm talking to someone to give me attention, to make me feel good about myself. I don't hear you're beautiful. I don't hear you're pretty. I don't get flowers. I don't get any of that anymore. I don't get you're attractive. I don't get anything. So when you go through that, you enjoy the attention of others. Um, and you deserve attention. You deserve to hear those words. So when you're in a relationship with that, um, yeah, you stray. I'm one. You deserve to have someone tell you you're beautiful and that you're attractive and feel wanted, feel needed physically, even emotionally. Someone who listens to you and you can have conversations with. And when you do talk, they don't make jokes at your feelings or they don't just cut you off. And they listen and, you have a conversation. That what you say matters to them. Everybody deserves that. So I'm not perfect. I have talked to other men about like that for those reasons. Is it a good thing? No. But it's, what it is. I don't hide that from anyone in my life that I have talked to other men. I never have. Um, so my husband, for like 20 some years on and off, has always talked to other women, on and off. Really, I mean, I don't know what's anyone's reason, right? We all have different reasons, I guess. But he has a wife who sits here and devotes her life to him and our children and our house. It doesn't matter what you do. I get that. But it doesn't make sense, I guess, to me either. Um, None of which he was going to leave our family for until recently. um, he is on X and started talking to a woman. And I don't think they talked, very long. I mean, it didn't look like months. And so, there was pictures of her and videos, and just different things like that. And, which it went over to WhatsApp. I didn't even know WhatsApp was still around. I mean, it's been so many years since I was like on it when it first came out type thing. And they continued to talk. And there was a lot of I love you and you're my wife and you're my husband and things like that. That was very not only upsetting, but very odd. Most people don't talk like that. I mean, when we were in middle school, we doodled like the person's last name with ours, right? I'm not even sure that was middle school, but you get the idea. But most people don't go around saying my husband, my wife, every other sentence. It's really, I mean, first of all, that's weird. Second of all, you don't tell someone you love them when you don't know them. I have never told anyone that I love them when I didn't know them. Especially when I didn't know them personally or longer than like a week, like there's lust and there's love. They are two different things. Everybody wants to feel love. But that's just too much for me. So as you can imagine, I was not very happy with this situation. And I'm, of course, putting that very nicely for you guys. So then it continued, and it was really weird. This girl was like, she looked like she was 20 years old. Typically, 20-year-olds don't go for 57-year-olds unless they're Hugh Hefner, right? Typically. So that was odd also. I'm not saying that my husband's not attractive. It's just very unusual. Even though, yes, I'm younger than my husband by a lot of years, that would have been probably like 20 years younger than me type thing. So you can see why I'm like, that's weird. He really had high hopes that this girl was real and she was this 20-year-old who wanted to be with him. And he was very disappointed when he found out it was not any of it true. Obviously, when I got upset, I wrote on his behalf to this thing. Because he always starts these things with a lie. He never tells anyone that he's married or has a family. Anyway, so, but then it responded in a weird way. And I was suspicious. I had a wonderful friend who pointed out about bots, which I made a video below, and or scammers, which I know about scammers usually. So of course I had to do my research because I was like, okay. And so I did a lot of Googling about WhatsApp and scam or bots and what bots can and can't do because I'm old. I don't know about this stuff, right? Oh my gosh. The things they can do is amazing. Everything any of us can do, except for be a human, right? It blew my mind. There's different sites online that you can put your chat in and it will tell you if it's a bot or AI. Pictures, the same. A lot of research. And even about the way it responded when I wrote to it. It blew my mind. When I tell you everything I found, everything they can do, it was a bot, guys. He had been talking to a bot who had pictures, videos. They can even video chat. like I said in the video below. It's crazy. So that is what happened, and why I am so depressed, because he was ready to leave everything for this new relationship that he thought he was in, or and hoped he was in. On top of that, even when I explained to him that it was a bot and none of it was real, I could see the disappointment on his face. Just his face drop. And of course that broke my heart all over, because he keeps me around because I'm here and I'm convenient, and doesn't understand how bad you doing that to someone hurts them. I don't know where things are going to go from now. At this point, honestly, with us. Because, you can be like, oh, it wasn't real, but in his mind it was real. In his mind, he was going to leave us for someone. Usually when you cheat on someone, you don't end up with that person. And a lot of people don't understand that, because it's just fun and games to that person. They're not really looking to settle down and have a relationship. Anyway, so yeah. If you don't know this stuff, let me teach you, because most people do not end up with the person they cheat with. It's very unlikely. So that's my story. On top of everything with my mom, on top of so much with my one kid I've been having so much problems with. So what's the saying? When it rains, it pours. Well, honey, it's pouring on my end. And, everybody says, well, why do you stay with him? Because I don't understand people hurting people. He said to me one day, he said, well, I wasn't trying to hurt you. No, you were trying not to get caught, but you weren't thinking about what happens if I do get caught. I've never told anyone I love them that I've spoken to, ever. I don't use the love. I don't use it unless I feel it. And definitely not after a week or two, or not even meeting the person, would I ever say I love you to anyone. Never have I, or would I say I love you, because especially I feel like, and I do feel like, don't get mad at me, girls, but I feel like we do take it to heart. We do go start picking our wedding gowns and everything, when someone says I love you, because that means so much to us. I think men are definitely different when it comes to that. They don't understand you cannot say it unless you mean it to us. So that's what's been going on. I don't know where we go from now. We'll see if it gets better, but the sad thing of it is I've been through this quite often. People are really shocked to hear that it's not the other way, and that I'm not the one out there trying to leave or find someone new, but I've always loved my husband. I really have, no matter how he's acted or what he's done. I've always been in love with him. There's a lot of other reasons that I haven't left, but I really have, so. But I do have more to this story, actually, in the next video that I will make, which will be tomorrow. So it's not done, guys. So hang on to your hats, because it just gets crazier and crazier every time I turn around at this point. And we'll find out. See you tomorrow. Bye.